Hello there guys, you're listening to Ebird Online and I'm here with another review from Before the 90 Days, and this is Season 4, Episode 6, Can't Buy Me Love. And today I'm going to be talking about David and Lana and Ed and Rose. And I want to give a massive shout out and a massive thank you to all of you guys who have been engaging with me on my channel and to everybody who's subscribed. If you haven't done so, please press that red subscribe button and make Ebird a very happy Ebird. Also, please don't forget to like and share and follow me on Twitter at mbird99. So first up today, we're going to talk about David and Lana. Or is it David and Larry? I have my doubt. So we see David getting ready and is having a close shave. He says first impressions count. And then he tells us this is it. This is really gonna happen. Really, David? Chant after me. It's really not gonna happen. It's really not gonna happen. It's really not gonna happen. It's never going to happen. And David, you knew it wasn't gonna happen when you bought that fake diamond. That's why you bought it. So David goes to the train station where he's agreed to meet Lana. But it seems Lana has declined to attend. What a surprise. David roams the streets looking for her, but to no avail. He stands in the station, he's looking around, he's wearing his purple shirt, as agreed, and he's looking out for her, wearing a blue dress, as agreed. And he goes to where a train is disembarking, and he looks around for her, but somehow he can't see her anywhere. And he wanders around, lonely as a cloud, and he forlornly says, maybe I've missed her somehow, maybe she went out front to look for me. David, she's not there. Finally David realises, oh my God, she's done it again. I didn't think she could do it for a fourth time. She hasn't turned up. Okay guys, so I know I previously said that I thought we'd see Lana because of the whole Caesar storyline before and we didn't see Maria. I thought that somehow this Lana would make an appearance. But David, you knew that you had no email for Lana. You have no mobile number for Lana. You have no firm train time for Lana. And I feel like it's a good thing that Lana didn't turn up. This had to happen to slap some sense into you. And then the producers ask him a question, which I think's real shady. And they said, maybe she thought it was Sunday. Maybe she'll turn up tomorrow. And he thought about it for a minute, and you could tell he wanted to trick himself once again. But he said very firmly, no, we specifically only talked about a Saturday. And because he has no contact details for her, he says he wants to find a cafe so he can use this ancient program he uses to speak to her. And he fires off emails. He says that she promised this would never happen again. But apparently, she's not online. Of course she's not online, David. She doesn't exist. And then he meets up again with his old friend Anya. And Anya feigns surprise when he said, she didn't come this time. She didn't turn up. And Anya said, really? Why do you think she didn't come this time? And she looks at David as if he were a loser, and so did I. But then something really strange happened. Amidst the absurdity of it all and the ridiculousness of the situation, David says he's going to visit Lana or Larry. And Lana says, how is this possible? You don't even have an address for her. And he says, on trip number 1 or 2, I forget which one it was, there have been so many now, when I was booking a cruise for us, I needed an address for her. And she gave me an address in Pavlograd. So I think I'm going to take a trip over there. I'm going to drive up and I'm going to confront her and ask her what she's playing at and why is she doing this to me. I want answers. And Anya says, this is really dangerous. This place is really a shady place. And she says it's a tiny village and it's really far away along winding roads. And it's a very dangerous act. She said he could lose a wheel or even lose his car. Don't worry, Anya. It's only going to be a rental. Even the Ebird doesn't care about rental cars. And David's mind's made up. He's going to Pavlograd. Go on, David. The Ebird's right behind you. So what do we make of all of this? Well, I think that David knew very well she wasn't going to turn up. And that's why he said, I want a cubic zirconia. He knew very well that she wasn't coming, but he's been to meet her 3 times and he's spent £100,000 on her. So I think 2 things. I think 1, David wanted TLC to foot the bill for him to go over again, and he wanted a film crew behind him. He wanted potentially a nation behind him, willing him to go along, willing him to find this dirty scoundrel and to expose her for all the world to see. And I'm here for it, guys. I'm here for it. And so I think David just wanted company on his trip to Pavlograd. He knew good and well she wasn't going to turn up, and that's why he made contact with Anya before he even arrived in the Ukraine. As for TLC, everybody's saying, what's the point of putting these fake storylines on? Well, I actually think it's a public service. I think thousands, if not tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of men are being played by these Russian bride websites. They also invite them over for trips, and I watched a whole documentary on it, and it's quite a disgusting little trade they've got going on. These girls do not exist, and the few that do are, how shall we say, not as advertised. So basically it's just a money-making scam by the owners of the websites, and then also by some of the girls who I'm sure get a cut. And so what I think TLC are doing for us is helping to expose something that we didn't know existed before. I always thought when people were looking for Russian brides, they happily went over to Russia, found a bride and brought them back. I had no idea there was this whole murky trade going on. And I thought Caesar was a one-off. But once I started digging into this whole thing, I realised there's loads of people that it happens to. And I think I may do a video on it because it is a quite disgusting trade that a lot of people have got caught up in. So guys, let me know what you think. Did David know all along that Lana had no intention of turning up? I think so. No email, no telephone number, no nothing. How did you think you were going to meet? So let me know in comments down below what you think. And finally, we're going to talk about big, keep the change, Ed and Rose. So we first meet up with Ed and he's sitting in a hotel room and he explains Rose is very angry with me. No shit, Sherlock. And he wishes he never asked her to do the STD test. He feels he blew it. And he's blubbering and crying like a little baby. And he said the hardest part is that he's spent so much time and effort and money on this. And now he's ruined his chances. Is that the hardest part, Ed? God, these guys really get on my nerves. Ed, the hardest part should be that you've upset the person that you purport to love, the person that you want to marry, the love of your life, and somebody that's about 30 years younger than you. That should be the hardest part, but no. The hardest part is how it's made you feel and how it's impacted upon your life and how it's affected you. And I'm very sure that Ed thought he had the upper hand in this relationship, but Rose has shown you, Ed, hasn't she? She's shown you that you definitely do not. As much as you think, I am American, I have a golden ticket, I have money, and you're desperate and you're poor, we realise one thing, Rose isn't about to be taken for a mug. Well done, Rose. And Ed's trying to ring her and she's not picking up the phone, and Ed says, I just want the opportunity to say I'm sorry. Hello? Do you not remember last week, Ed? You had the opportunity and you blew it. You opened the taxi door for her and then you screamed in, for what it's worth, I am sorry, and then you slammed the door shut. That was your opportunity. How'd it go for you? Not so well as it turns out. And he rings her again from his hotel room and yet again she ignores him. And next time we meet up with him, he's looking sorry for himself, but he's leaving his hotel room. Where's he going? And he lets us know that he sent her begging messages saying he's sorry and saying he wants to work at it and saying he would just like a second chance. He asked her to meet him at 2 p.m. in a cafe and is just crossing his fingers that she shows up. So he sits in the cafe and he orders a coffee and lo and behold, Rose turns up. And Rose tells us again how he made her feel. And she said, you made me feel awful, you made me feel cheap, I feel really embarrassed and I feel like you just don't care about me. And Ed says he's sorry. And all I want is to get another chance with you, Rose. And Rose looks at him as if she has little choice and says, sure, why not? And the love story begins again. And so they leave the cafe and Ed suggests that they have one more night in a hotel in Manila before they go to see her family and her son. Ed, enjoy that night because it will be the last night of decent sleep that you have. You are going to get the shock of your life when you get to finally go to Rose's house. And you'll also discover that your lean green fat reducing machine and your sheets and your feather pillows are nowhere to be seen. And Ed tells us that he's so relieved that Rose has forgiven him and that he still wants to marry her, but he only has 19 days left in which to do so. And that's where we leave these guys this week. So guys, what do you think? I feel as if Rose said yes because she feels like she's got very little other choice. It's all very well Ed saying, I've spent £5,000 on Rose. He hasn't really. He's spent 50% of that on the nosy postman. And the rest of it is for things that he needs when he gets to Rose's. As you see, Rose doesn't have a bed. Rose doesn't have indoor running water. And I think that Ed has had a massive shock because he realises he can't just manipulate Rose as he thought he was going to do. She's only 23 but she's quite steely and strong. She's a single mum, eking out a living on next to nothing. Her sister and dad don't look as if they've got a lot of money either. So Ed thought he could take Rose for a fool, and he really can't. Also, I'd like to just uncover the massive lie that Ed has told. So Ed keeps on saying, I just wanted to know your background, and that's why I wanted you to take an STD test. Ed, no it's not. It's because you're a massive germaphobe, and you were just really worried as to if she had anything or not. That's fine, but you should have just agreed to take one yourself. And also, you shouldn't have asked her to take it on day one. It's very presumptuous and very rude. And basically, it's just downright disrespectful. Whether she's got an STD or not, we'll never ever tell you if she's talking to any of the other 4,000 people she's got on Facebook. And also, Ed, stop pretending to be naive. Because you're saying, oh, I trust her now. These 4,000 people are just friends. No, they're not. These 4,000 people are other prospects just like you are. And you know that. If she wasn't looking to go to America, do you think she'd entertain you for 1 second? So guys, what do you think? Do you think that Rose really reluctantly got back together with Ed? And do you think there's more coming from Ed? I think this is his personality, and I think he's going to do exactly the same again. He thinks he's a big shot because he's from America and he has more money than her. And that feeling, that idea doesn't just go away overnight. So please let me know what you think in comments down below. Just a very quick reminder to press that red subscribe button, and please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you very soon. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Ebird99. You've been listening to Ebird Online. Ciao for now.